Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Azaraytharius. Today I'm playing 7 Days to Die, Darkness Falls. Now, I do need to apologize in advance as I lost a lot of the audio recording. More or less, my voice and Spotify were not within the overall capture. I couldn't find the files because I started saving everything separately from OBS. This was recorded post-stream yesterday, and in this particular regard, I'm going to have to do a lot of voice acting, or not voice acting, but overall talking to explain a lot of the things that are happening on screen. Like right now, I was remarking about the gun I was using, which is a part of a few different mod weapon packs, and I was pointing out that developers should take note, because I do like variety, and the overall variety that the game currently has is a little bit problematic. Now I'm reinforcing the temporary base that I have made, which is inspired by Wayward Echo's Spark base. I intended to say temporary because of the fact that I had no intentions to remain here after this particular horde night. I was going to commit to a full relocation to the desert, and I know that I'm investing a whole lot of materials in this, and that's a problem. Because when temporary is involved, you don't really think that you're investing a lot of materials, but I'm investing a whole lot of materials here. Now, I do make quite a few mistakes in this video, and I do apologize if that's kind of frustrating to watch. Here in a few seconds, probably about 20 seconds, I'm about to make a big mistake and break my leg. And it's kind of a blessing in disguise that I did lose some of the video recording. Or the audio recording, I should say, because of the fact that the overall commentary I gave while doing the recording, especially during the horde night itself, which I've sped up significantly just to blitz through it as much as possible. Now here, I'm about to break my leg. Now, in the recording, I've said I broke my effing leg, and I really staggered with that. Yep, right there. And I do remember some of this. Now, with the Horde Night, I was being very overly apologetic, and I sped it up to about 249% speed, so I do apologize about that. The reason I was apologizing was due to the overall muzzle flashes. As you can see, there's just a whole lot of muzzle flashes. I was also making a remark to the fact that the suppressor on the weapon, a suppressor typically does reduce the muzzle flash of the weapon significantly. So, yeah, I was just kind of audibly frustrated and constantly apologizing for that. So I'm going to cut my voice recording for right now while the horde night plays out. Or at least how much of it I can. Alright, and I'm back post-horde night. Now, there was a lot of bag cleanup to do here, and as a result, there was a whole lot of just crappy loot since I'm still in the forest biome. So that was the other reason I wanted to relocate to the desert as soon as possible, was because just the overall escalation of the loot stage was going to be beneficial. As you can see, I'm just pilfering through these bags, and I'm just finding all kinds of crap. Now, in this moment right here, I'm going to leave my current base and just start driving toward the, I believe it was the south, toward the frozen biome, the snow biome. I misspoke there several times, because I've already discovered the snow biome, and because of how large the wasteland is within Darkness Falls, at least this particular pre-gen Darkness Falls map, there is a lot of ground to cover, and I ended up cutting out probably about 10 minutes of just senseless driving and explosions because I have a nasty habit of just colliding with vehicles and causing them to blow up. So there's going to be a lot to cover in terms of distance, but it was overall about 6 kilometers away. Transition here just to go ahead and get us over to the desert biome, which I located, and finally I was just driving around trying to look for a suitable farm location, and right here on the left-hand side I caught an area that actually caught my eye. Now, what I wasn't expecting was, and you'll see it here in a second once I get out of the vehicle, a zombie bear. Yeah, that is a severe escalation in my opinion. So I dealt with him, radiated, doggo, and just a few of the onlooker zombies. And at some point in this recording, I made the remark of cue the montage. And you'll see why once that begins. The reason for me wanting a farmland is to quickly set up a farm in this location, as well as finding a suitably flat location nearby, which in the desert biome is pretty hard to miss any flat terrain. So I could set up the forge base, the Echo Wayward forge base. Or Wayward Echo. Sorry. I do apologize to Wayward Echo. I'm a big fan of the content he does for 7 Days to Die, and I just don't find a lot of decent videos for Darkness Falls, so I am going to largely be covering a lot more 7 Days to Die and its overhaul mods, as well as some other survival craft games that fall within my niche. Like, in terms of games and what games I preferably like is survival craft games. They are games that just have limitless possibility. Now, I scanned the perimeter out here, and I don't really see anything that's catching my eye. So I turn around here, and like I said, in the audio recording, I made the remark, cue the montage. So here we go. So overall, this journey has taken me quite a significant distance, and while I am not going to be streaming the overall transition between the forest pool base that I was staying at and the new farm base that I'm setting up, I will, however, be trying to keep track of my horde nights. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you hopefully on the next one.